Hi, Terry VanNoy. Welcome to Math Class with Terry V. Hope this video helps you out, and if you enjoy it, please share it, comment, or like it. And you can also go to my website, MathPowerLine.com. It's a math resource blog, lesson videos for students, and other resources for parents and teachers. Give me a call or go to my website or email. All right, let's go to today's lesson. We've been talking about solving non-right triangles. We've gone over the basics of that, and we talked about how you can use the law of sines and the law of cosines in solving the missing parts of a triangle. Now, non-right means, of course, triangles without a right angle, so we're either looking at acute triangles like this or obtuse triangles, where one angle is an obtuse angle. So sometimes you're given partial information. You're supposed to find missing side lengths or angles. We're going to use the law of sines or the law of cosines. When you use the law of sines, you have to have at least one angle and its opposite side. All right, so it's an angle side situation, or the information you're given is a side included between two angles. That's angle, side, angle. Now, if you know just the three sides of a triangle or side, angle, side, then you use the law of cosines. All right, self-quiz 2 means grab a piece of paper, grab a calculator, and I'm going to have you try 2 problems filling in the missing information. Let's try it. All right, here 3 and 4 are showing, and notice that you are given side, side, angle, side, side, angle. You're supposed to find the other 2 missing angles and that opposite side. So here's your clue. That's law of cosines. That's where you're going to start because it's side, angle, side. You want to round your answers to the nearest tenth and give it a try. Go ahead. All right, if you did it right, these are the answers you should get for number 3. And you notice that again, side, angle, side, in the law of cosines means that you first look for that missing third side. So that's highlighted in green here. The answer is 26.9 yards. And remember how we label these parts. This is side C because it's opposite angle C. And so we're going to use the law of cosines here to find C first. So remember that the law of cosines would be, in this case, C squared equals A squared plus B squared minus 2AB times that cosine of C. And remember that if it's C squared on the left, then we have to have cosine C on the right. Let's fill in the numbers. Now follow me on my calculations. Notice how we plug in the 14 for A and the 17 for B, and so the formula looks like that. And when you get down to cosine C, it's the cosine of 120 degrees. And that is a negative 0.5. Okay, interesting. Some of the sine and cosine values will be negative depending on what angle it is. So now we have these 2 numbers here minus a negative 238. So if we're subtracting a negative, that really becomes a addition operation, right? So that'll be 723. C squared is 723. We want to take the square root of both sides and get our C answer, which is about 26.9. Remember, we were rounding to the nearest tenth. Okay, so there we go. There's our first answer. All right. Now, if it's a law of cosines where you have side, angle, side, you find that missing third side first. Now we're going to go to the law of sines, and that is going to help us find some of these angles. All right, so let's go ahead and pick a combination, a ratio that would work. Let's say the sine of C, and C is 120 degrees, over C, which we just found, equals sine of B over B. All right, let's fill in our numbers here. Now the sine of 120 degrees is 0.8660. Okay, I'm going to go to 4 decimal places. We could just drop that 0 actually. Now we just found C is 26.9, and sine B, we don't know what B is. That's actually what we're looking for. So we're going to leave it there as operating kind of as a variable, and B is 17. Now we're going to cross multiply. which is 0.8660 times 17. Don't forget to divide by 26.9, and we get a 4-digit answer, 0.5473. Now that's the sine value. Let's do the inverse sine to find the angle. So grabbing our calculator, we put in that value and we do a shift sine, which is the sine minus 1, or inverse sine, and that will tell us the angle, 33.18. 33.18, round to the nearest tenth, 33.2. All right, and notice that that is what we have already, and hopefully you got that answer. Okay, that's up here in angle B. Now we could use the law of sines again, but the easiest way to find measure of angle A is to subtract from 180. All right, use the triangle angle sum. We know all three angles add up to 180 degrees, and we are going to subtract the total here. The total of these two angles is 153.2, and we subtract to get our answer of 26.8. All right, now that's all worked out, all those details, okay? On the next one, I'm going to just show the calculations. We'll talk about the process, but hopefully you've tried it and gotten those answers. In the law of sines, we're going to use b squared because b is my missing third side. That's opposite angle b. And so this is the formula we're going to use, that version of the law of cosines. All right, you can see all these calculations here. And remember that the cosine of 120 is a negative amount in this case, negative 0.2756. And we multiply that all together, we're ending up subtracting a negative. So ultimately, we add these two amounts together. So if you got a different answer, double check your calculations, and I would recommend trying it all over again. And just be careful that you're adding in the right places, subtracting in the right places, multiplication is accurate. And we should get b squared equals 724, a little bit over that. Now obviously we're going to take the square root of each side here to get our b answer. 26.9. All right, now I was already showing that answer, but hopefully now you got that through your calculations. 26.9. All right, now we're going to use the law of sines to find one of our two missing angles. Now we have a couple of options here, but I'm going to go ahead and use the B parts and the A parts of that triangle. We already found out what B, the length of that longest side, is, so I'm going to use sine B over B equals sine A over A. And here are the numbers plugged in. So the sine of 106 degrees is 0.9613, and we're going to cross multiply those and divide by 26.9. The answer should be about, remember, rounded to 4 decimal places, 0.3216. Now we're going to find the inverse sine of that. On your calculator, you're going to punch in 0.3216, and you're going to do a sine minus 1 function, which is either a shift or an inverse, and looks like 18.8 when we round it, 18.8. Let's write that in. All right, happens to match the answer I already had showing, which is always a good thing. So there we go. Angle A is 18.8. Now it's a simple matter of subtraction to find the remaining angle, which is C. So measure of angle C is equal to 180. All three angles add up to 180, minus the other two angles added together, which is about 124.8. And that will give us the given answer you see above, hopefully 55.2. All right, there it is. All right, so we have found one side and the two mystery angles there. Okay, we have solved that triangle. Now, thanks again for watching. If you like this help in this video, if it's really helping, give me some comments or share this video. Tell other people about it. And look for this very next video, which is the final one of the series, and it's Self-Quiz 3, where you're given information, but you have to draw the triangle out first before you solve. Thanks for watching. All right, there you have it. I invite you to go to my website now, MathPowerLine.com, or email me or give me a call. The way I work best with students is live online in my classroom. So if I can help you in any way, answer some specific questions, the first lesson with me is free as I show you how everything works. All right, study hard,